Greetings, dear viewers. I'm Coil QuickCard, and welcome back to the Community RPG Maker Project. Today, there's a few things I want to do, but since I know I will have a bit of time before anyone actually shows up and starts pitching ideas, I am going to try to get a system that I've wanted to work working. So we know that our main character is Ryu the Dragon, and you may have caught that I have set up the possibility for Ryu to be able to change into different dragon forms. I want to make that system work. So, specifically, I have in mind a system called dragon shifting, which would allow Ryu to, in battle, at will, shift between their different dragon forms. And then those different forms would have different elemental capabilities. The thing is, I know a way it can work, but I've never actually had a project where I change a character's class in the middle of battle. So I want to give that a try. So let's just put this here, make this a dragon shift. We're gonna be like, we're just gonna call this a shift test. It is going to need another common event. And we can just leave all of that as is. Okay. I don't need to be too precise here, because mostly I just want to see if this is actually a thing that can be done. So when this is used, it's going to change Ryu's class to just regular dragon, and it's going to save their level. At the same time, it is also going to change, or should change, their visual. Do I actually have anything that will do that? Huh. Okay. We'll go with this, I guess. So, assuming that this works. I might actually not be able to do this at all. Oh, no. Here it is. Change actor images. Okay. Yes, we'll change all those to the base. Okay, this might actually be a lot simpler than I was expecting, to be honest. Alright, so we're just going to put someone here that you can interact with. And when you interact with them, it is going to change Ryu's class to the Green Dragon, saving the level. Then it will change the actor images to the various Green Dragon forms that I created. And then it is also going to teach Ryu the skill shift test, since we're going to need that. Then it will activate a self switch. And when the self switch is on and you talk to this, it will open a battle. Okay. So let's test if this actually works. Alright, my first dragon shift testing. So, as it stands right now, Ryu's class is just dragon. They've got all their yellow dragon things. They have draconic abilities of Draconic Bright and Draconic Resilience. Okay, we activated that once. So now their class is Green Dragon. All the equipment stayed. All their stats, all their parameters stayed fixed, just like I hoped. They also now have, yes, the Green Dragon set of skills. And they also have access to dragon shifting. So, if this works in this fight, when I use the dragon shift, we should see their class and their skills change back to their base form. Dragon shift. Oh my god, I think it worked. That was actually significantly easier than I thought. And yes, they are back to their base form. Okay. Dragon shifting works. I can actually give Ryu the ability to change elemental forms in battle, including switching to different different sets of skills. That is really, really cool. It actually worked. That is so cool. Oh. Yeah, I guess I do have some dragon skills up here. We'll put our comment there. Okay, I've been meaning to do that for like the last 2 or 3 streams. So, so the other items on the agenda today: finish the mine aesthetics and add NPCs, add enemies to the mine, add a mine boss, and Malter Might's abilities are going to be taught as you go through those. Unlock the dragon shifting power for Ryu, create a new tier of gear to put into the shops, including ones in Spire Town, and create the pyramid optional dungeon. Those are my next agenda items. So, didn't I, yes, I did set location flags for all the northern areas of the mine. And I'm pretty sure... How does the region ID work? Specifies the numbers set with the map editor 1? Is that how that works? Let's just make the encounter steps ridiculously small. Hello there again. Pleasure to see you. I am just doing some little bits of figuring out how the hell any of this works. Also, don't mind it when I'm just like running through walls during the during testing. That's just a thing I can do in this debug mode if I hold down a certain key. Okay. So this should be where enemies will start to appear. That is exactly what I wanted to happen. And now there shouldn't be any enemy encounters in this part of the mines. But this part, yep, instant fights. Perfect. Okay. And just for consistency, we'll make sure any part with the dark dirt has active encounters. So that does work. Now I need like some actual creatures to fight. I think Toxic Toadstool is a good base just as far as stats go. Bump up the gold, bump up the experience. Bump up all the stats a bit. And increase the health. That should be like a good basic enemy for this, I think. Bottles of Pepsi, we'll have them drop, I don't know, 1 in 15. And now I need an enemy. So what kind of enemy, what kind of monsters or enemies do you find in the mines? Probably don't want them to be human. Birdman's not gonna work. I think it would be a little sad to just create frenzied mine cat boys. Crab might work. It's like a nice basic enemy. Yeah, that... I think that coloration works. A cavern crab. Turn off its fire weakness. Alright, let's get a look at, say, 2 cavern crabs with Ryu, Thatcher, and Malter Mite, who still doesn't have a weapon. Why doesn't my Pepsimancer have a weapon? He can equip cap bows. Did I just never... Yeah, I just never gave him a cap bow. Okay. Alright, let's give this a test. So, just how tough are these guys? That sure doesn't look like a cat bow. Did I just forget to hit initialize? I did. Okay. Want to make sure all my animations are consistent. Malter Mite fires a cat bow, which is not particularly strong, but it's good enough. Fire Bolt. Alright, how much do you hit for? 71, 78. I mean, it's decent enough. I think Crab's going to use poison skills. Right before you said that, I was thinking of a paralysis. But, yeah, a poison skill can work fine. Okay. Honestly, I think that's pretty good. I can crank that up a little bit. Okay, a poison skill. So I've got the poison effect where you lose minus 10% health every turn. Alright. So now I just need not poison all enemies. Poison some enemies. So we'll just take that as a base. We'll put it here. And it's going to say, how is it actually poisoning? Alright. It spews toxic bubbles. So, a watery... Yeah, there we go. That should work as toxic bubbles. It adds poison 100% of the time. We don't need these TP costs on enemy skills. And is going to do a little bit of damage. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just use basic damage formula. No reason not to. With an extra 25 damage. Okay. And we will, since this is a relatively powerful ability, its lower is higher, right? The one with the highest rating. Okay. So we'll put that to a 3. And it will use it anywhere. Anywhere when it has below 50% health, it can use toxic bubbles. So it's relatively strong, but it isn't going to spam it. And, of course, the name of this fight is Crab Battle. Okay. Alright. We need this one below half. And we'll try to kill this other crab. Enrichment. Maltermite also has a lot more stamina now, since the amount of stamina they have is relevant to how much money they can generate. Okay. You're still not using any toxic bubbles. There we go. Okay. All right. I think that's good. We have the first new encounter of the mines now active. Now, using that as a base, let's make another enemy for the mines. So what might have a place here? I could just go for a simple goblin. I really like the look of this Hydra, but I don't think it quite fits the theme here. Scorpion, Mimic, an egg. This might work. This might work. Okay. Okay. This is an egg. It has 10 HP. It takes no actions. But it is basically impossible to kill. So I have an idea for this enemy. Maltermite's Bottle Cap Rain does damage completely bypassing any consideration of defense. So I can use the Resilient Egg to teach the player how to use the Bottle Cap Rain. So now I need some attacks that basically do nothing. And we're just going to say the egg is hatching. Yeah, kind of like that. Okay. The egg is hatching. The egg is hatching. The egg is about to hatch. Okay. So we're just going to have an egg. And at turn 1, it will force the egg it'll force the egg to do its hatching ability. Then at turn 2, it'll force the egg to do the hatching ability. Yeah, you're picking up what I'm laying down, aren't you? You're seeing my thoughts. You can spend a few turns trying to kill it, which is not going to work. And if you don't, it hatches into a big, strong enemy. So what does the egg actually hatch into? It needs to be something that is big and strong. Ooh! I mean, I think that's it. I think that is what it hatches into. So it's not going to reward it. It'll reward like a fair amount of XP and a decent amount of gold. But it is very, very strong. A 1,000 really is a bit much. We'll just make it 900. And this is going to be the worm hatchling. Okay. And then the worm hatchling goes here. but doesn't show up until the egg hatches. So on turn 4, the worm hatchling appears, and the resilient egg loses its health and dies. And then the enemy takes an action. So the worm attacks at random. Okay. Does this work? And we need to take the attack option off of the resilient egg, so that all it's ever able to do is the hatching notification. Zero damage. The egg is hatching. Good. The egg is hatching. And yes, I cannot touch the egg. Egg is about to hatch. Okay. That worked. That worked perfectly. And it does have very, very powerful attacks. Okay. Perfect. So the only problem is that it gives more reward than I want. Since the egg dies during the fight. There we go. That'll make it so that the total for the whole fight is 60 gold and 100 XP. Okay. So that is my second enemy encounter, the egg. But I do want to make the hatching faster. Waiting 3 turns is just a bit long, I think. So we'll just make it 1 turn hatching, 1 turn getting ready to hatch, and then 3rd turn transformation. And I think that will work well. And that also gives the opportunity to show off Maltermite's ability. So, am I able to weight enemy encounters differently? Yes, I can. Okay. Good. Then I do think it is worth having at least 1 more type of enemy. Again, we'll take the cavern crab as a base. What are my other options here? A zombie, a furry, a unicorn, tree man. That's interesting. What else? What else? What else? What else? A kappa. Ooh. That's interesting. A snake. I should do something that's bottle related, bottle cap, Pepsi, since these are the bottle cap mines. What would work? You know, I think I really like this one. And I'm going to call this the bottle cap mimic. And these are going to be more like just sort of the common fodder enemy in here. So lower defenses, a little less exciting. These ones like to attack in groups. They'll only drop like 10 gold each. Oof, look at those colors shift. Okay, I think that works for the color of the bottle cap mimic. And I need some kind of a... Honestly, they really don't need to do anything other than attack. We can just have an encounter that is like 4 of them, I guess. Honestly, we can really drop their HP more. These enemies are just fodder. They're really not a problem. Oh! Okay, I know what they can do. Sometimes they'll just guard. So sometimes they'll just do nothing. I think that's fair. And then we'll also have a crab with 2 mimics. Okay. So that gives 4 regular enemy encounters for this zone. And then we can use the worm hatchling as a base to create like the boss of the area. Do I have anything else that is remotely or remotely like snake or worm like? Or should I just do a big recolor of the existing worm? Yeah, okay. So we'll just do a recolor. Alright. And we'll just call this the Worm Queen. And that's going to be the boss of the area. Okay. So now I just need to put down the enemies. So obviously Crab Battle is going to be in there. The Mimics are going to be in there. Crab plus Mimics, a little less common. And the Egg, which is going to be even less common. So what does the weight actually accomplish? Let's take a look at the information here and find out. Map properties. Encounters, wait. Here we go. This is the info I needed. Set the priority level 0 to 300 for troops to appear in battle. There are multiple troops. The higher troops' priority value, the higher its encounter rate. The encounter rate for troops will be countered based on a percentage of the total weight of all troops. For example, let's assume Troop A's weight is 9, B's is 7, C's is 4. In this case, Troop A's encounter rate is 9 out of 20. The total weight being... Okay. So it takes the total weights, it gives you a sum of them, and then the chance of encountering the enemy is an even division over that total sum. Oh, okay. That's actually very intuitive. That's easy enough to figure out. Okay. So in this case, the total weight for encounters here is 17. So more than half the time, it's going to be crabs. More than half the time, it's going to be mimics. And then 3 into 17... around 15% of the time, you'll run into the egg. Honestly, I think that works. Now we just need to make sure that they all know to only appear in Region 1. And I'm actually not going to have to do encounter testing now that I know how that works. So that looks pretty good. Let's go give it a test. Alright, come on, Maltermite. I need you to join my party again for testing. Hey, Malter. Malter joins. Malter's got all his appropriate gear. Ryu's still got good stats compared to everyone else, which is good because I intentionally inflated their stuff. I'm gonna add, like, NPCs and stuff to this first part of the mine. Alright. So enemies should start appearing at any time. Good. Yes, she does know Prayer of Light, so I do have a healing ability. Good. Good. Alright. So Toxic Bubbles is not coming out, like, at a crazy rate. That's good. But it'll have a higher likelihood of coming out if you just sit here spamming stuff. That did not work the way I had intended it to. Did two of those heals just go to Thatcher? No, okay. It did go to everybody. Alright, Toxic Bubbles works, like I wanted it to. Not bad. And yes, the toxin is fairly potent. Let me make notes of things to fix. Adjust tool tip for Prayer of Light. Oh no, she's still poisoned. Here, have some Pepsi. Okay. I want to keep going until we see the egg. I want to make sure that the bottle cap rain works as I wanted it to, and that it is the only way to get through to hit the egg. Okay. Bottle cap rain. And we just deal 60 damage. Okay, good. Fix, no effect for hatching. Add an ether. Give ethers to party when Malter joins. Add treasures to mine. Okay. All of that functions. all of that functions the way I want it to. That is perfect. So now, I know there's a couple people watching, and I need your help. What is the name of the item that restores your stamina points? Pepsi is healing potions. But what are ethers? What are mana potions? Because that is now relevant. Okay, this is restores health to the whole party equal to 1/5 of their maximum health. Okay. You think crabs are a little tough? We can just drop HP by 100 each. There we go. Now they'll be a bit easier. Okay, that's that. Fix the no effect for the hatchling. That's easy enough to apply. We just have it add a null state. Okay. So now the hatching technically does do something. So it shouldn't say no effect anymore. Yep, fix that. Now it does technically have an effect. Okay. Go back into my nice little music here. Okay. Oh, got a little bit of red there. Okay, so I need a few treasures. We'll have this add like 300 bottle caps. Say you found 300 bottle caps. Okay. And then we're going to add several chests like this in the first part of the mines. But they're all basically going to suck. So it's like 5 bottle caps each. Just a whole bunch of these practically worthless chests. But this one is going to be different. This is going to be a bottle of Pepsi. And we're just going to have it give you 5 Pepsis. You found 5 bottles of Pepsi. Cool. So, stamina. Don't really know what to call this. I know that I want poison removed at the end of battles, because I don't want that to just be like an effect that lingers. Okay. So, even at level 5, this guy's already got almost 700 stamina. While Thatcher's running at 192. So, I think a percent base is better for the healing here. So that would have to be MMP. What are the operands? MMP over 3. Yeah, that would be MMP over 3. So it'll be restores 1/3 of stamina of maximum stamina. Because I do have it just called stamina, right? Yes, I do. Now, what do I call this? What kind of a drink is this? I think this goes good for a nice healing bottle. We're gonna make these relatively expensive. Now that I think about it, I kind of like that one, but I think I'll go with this. And it needs a name. I need to fit the theme. In this world, Pepsi is a healing potion. So what do we call the drink that restores your stamina. Pepsimancer. Alright, it is Pepsimancer. So when this guy joins, Malter will be like, got a few bottles of the good stuff on me. You're welcome to those two. Okay. And so then he's going to give you 3 bottles of Pepsimancer. And no, we'll make it 3. And it will say Malter gave you 3 bottles of Pepsimancer. Okay. So that adds ethers and gives ethers to the mine when Malter joins. And then we're going to add 1 more chest. So this is going to be a Pepsimancer. You found a bottle of Pepsimancer. Okay. Good. Is that the same? No. I want consistency, so all my treasure chests are going to use this same basic way of communicating. You found leather armor. And then that leaves only 1 treasure here. You found a traveling hood. Okay. Okay, this is important. I need to make sure that this works. Okay. So we're going to put a rock here. Could you tell me what's the difference between you found and you got? Okay, so they are both saying that you have received something. Generally, they can be used interchangeably, but finding something generally means that it is something that you have discovered or uncovered or come across on your own. And got is a version of the verb, is a form of the verb give. So if you have been given something, then you have got it. In this case, I'm using found because you're more finding these things than you are being given them. But in any casual conversation in English, you can usually use them interchangeably. I hope that helps a little bit to understand the difference between them. Mostly I'm doing it just to be consistent and just because I like the way it sounds more than anything else. You could change every one of these treasure chests to you got 2 bottles of Pepsi, you got 10 bottle caps, and it would still be completely understandable to any native English speaker. It would still make complete sense in context. I just think that found works a little bit better. Okay. So, running across this is going to turn off enemy encounters. And then it's going to turn on the self switch. Yeah, no problem. I'm always happy to help. I know a good number of the people who watch me are not native English speakers, and I'm always happy to help try and clarify things. I know that I absolutely tend to speak in a generally more... Let's face it, I tend to speak in complex language. That's just the way that I am. Okay. So when you step here, it's going to disable encounters. Okay, we're actually not going to put a self switch here. We're going to say Malter tutorial. Okay. And then when you step here, it's going to turn on the encounters. Otherwise, even after you leave the cave, encounters would still be turned off. So then at this point, you get a special encounter with a special version of the egg boss. And after that encounter, it will turn on the switch for the Malter tutorial, which stops any of these things from activating anymore. And it also turns back on the encounter system. So basically, normally, this entire area you can walk here would have enemies. So what I have just done is made it so that when you first enter here, this area will not have any enemies until you hit here and you get a fight against the egg creature. And this fight is going to be special because Malter will explain his abilities. This will be like the intro to how using Malter Might. And then after that's done, enemy encounters will be turned back on, and then you'll be able to encounter enemies here again. But because I have to turn off the enemy encounters to make this work, I have to make sure there's a way to reactivate them if you try to leave that area before you fight that tutorial. So that's what I have just done there. And so this is going to be the Malter tutorial. And we're gonna have Thatcher be like, we're not even scratching it. And Malter will be like, don't you worry none. My bottle cap rain can break through any defense. And these things ain't all that tough, really. Just a few caps will be enough to shatter them. Okay. We're not even scratching it. Don't you worry none, my bottle cap rain can break through any defense, and these things ain't all that tough, really. Just a few caps will be enough to shatter them. And then you go to the bottle craft, you go to the bottle cap rain, which doesn't work in this, but... okay. Interesting. Battle animations. Can I do a purely aesthetic effect? I probably can. We're going to add the null state. Have no associated text. And this is just going to be aesthetic animation. So this is going to be the visual effect for line goes up. Okay, I like that one. Line goes up, force the action, the actor, Malter Might. to use the aesthetic animation. Okay. Does that work? Line goes up. Okay, that was close to what I wanted. But no, this is supposed to target the user. Okay, it defaulted to the enemy because it doesn't actually have anything. Alright, line goes up. Nope. The aesthetic animation at random. I've never understood how those target index things work. One of these days I'm going to have to figure that out. Alright, maybe if it's set to random, it will only pick from legal targets. In which case, there's only one, and that's Malter. No. Okay. So, he does use it. But it's not doing anything. How do those indexes work? I've never really understood that. Even in all my years. Event commands, battle, enemy state, enemy appearance, transform, battle animation. Oh, right. Right. Transform. Transform is literally a thing I can do. Instead of having a second enemy appear, I can literally just have it transform into a worm hatchling. Okay. Whoops. Completely forgot that that's a thing I can do. And then we just have it attack at random. So, with the transform, the HP and NP of the enemy prior to the transformation will be carried over to the new enemy. Okay. So I do have to fully recover it. When it does that. Okay. Game progression. Just prior. So if I just set this to index 1, will that automatically target the last person who acted? Which in this case would just be Malter. We can also, on the Malter tutorial, just paste this. Okay. And we don't actually need the second enemy there. Alright. Just going to do... Hon, can you turn that down real quick? Thanks, hon. Thank you. Alright, so I think that is probably all the time I'm going to have today, because I will have other things that I need to do. But I always knew it was going to be a short stream today, so... Okay, egg's about to hatch. Let's try line goes up. Nope, that didn't... No, that worked. That worked. Okay. Okay, that did work. Then last thing I'm going to do before I stop for the day is see if the transformed enemy if it drops stuff equal to its new or its old form. Why did I make these things so strong? Yeah, just do a bunch of damage. Okay, it does give rewards equal to the second form. It does give rewards equal to the second form. That is really good to know. We'll just lower the egg a little bit. Okay. Okay, I think this works now. That should be entirely functional. And... Yep, I think that's all the time I'm going to have for today. A bit of a shorter episode, but that's okay. But, yeah, I think some progress has been made. The mines have been fleshed out a little bit. I've got some enemies here. I improved the functionality of a lot of stuff. I proved that I can make dragon shifting work. The mines are definitely more alive. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all on the next one. And where is my OBS? There it is.